Welcome back to the Stephen A. Smith Show. Before I get on out of here, I had to talk about a story that's very, very important. And albeit indirectly, it involves
everything we thought we knew about the hierarchy of women's basketball just got flipped on its head, and the fallout is far more chaotic than anyone expected. For months, the narrative was controlled by the veterans, the gatekeepers who told us the rookie wasn't ready, that she had to wait her turn, and that the Olympic stage was too big for her. But when the loudest voice in sports media steps in to confirm what fans have suspected all along, the game changes instantly. We aren't just talking about a roster snub anymore. We are looking at a full-blown culture clash where legends are being forced to walk back their disrespect in real time. StephenASmith didn't just speculate. He seemingly confirmed that the pressure cooked up by the Caitlin Clark snub has forced some major regrets behind the scenes. The narrative has shifted from she's not good enough to we made a huge mistake, and the evidence is piling up that the old guard is scrambling to fix the damage they caused. It started as a roster decision, but it turned into a referendum on the entire league. When Team USA announced its squad for Paris, the most popular player on the planet was noticeably absent. The committee tried to sell it as a strict basketball decision, claiming experience matters more than hype, and that tenor vets deserve the spots over a rookie sensation. But nobody outside of that committee room was buying it. The immediate backlash wasn't just disappointment. It was pure rage from a fan base that felt betrayed. Fans saw it as a deliberate attempt to dim a shining light because that light was shining too bright for the comfort of the establishment. The numbers don't lie. Ratings were skyrocketing. Arenas were selling out. This is where the narrative shifted from fan speculation to national news, and where the coy heat became unbearable for the WNBA establishment. StephenASmith went on air and said the quiet part out loud, shattering the polite silence the media usually keeps around Team USA selections. He stripped away the basketball reasons excuse and pointed directly at jealousy. He didn't mince words. He called it resentment. He framed the situation not as a rookie failing to cut, but as a group of veterans unwilling to share the spotlight with someone who is already bigger than the brand. When a figure with that much pull validates the theory that Clark was being targeted by petty drama, it forces the other side to respond. His confirmation of the hating narrative put the veterans in a corner. Either double down and look bitter to the entire world, or apologize and try to save face before the narrative spirals out of control. But what really happened behind closed doors regarding the roster? Why was the decision so firm? The rumors suggest the issue wasn't just about skill on the court. It was about the drama on the bench. The speculation, with the backlash hitting a fever pitch and the ratings for the Olympics not hitting the astronomical highs they could have with Clark. The tone from the legends has started to soften. Sue Bird on her podcast, A Touch More, has recently been far more complimentary, acknowledging the unprecedented impact Clark is having on the business of basketball. While you might not see a handwritten apology note posted on Instagram in the world of high-stakes PR, a pivot this sharp is an admission of guilt. The narrative of she needs to get better and reality is coming has quickly turned into we appreciate what she brings and she is changing the game. It looks like the pressure from fans, sponsors, and voices like StephenASmith forced a realization. You can't fight the wave. You have to ride it or you drown in the wake. The financial reality is likely the driving force behind this sudden change of heart. StephenASmith alluded to this as well. The marketing train that Caitlin Clark drives is unlike anything women's basketball has seen. By leaving her off the team, Team USA didn't just lose a shooter. They lost millions in potential viewership and merchandise sales. The WNBA has been fighting for visibility for decades, begging for the kind of attention Clark brings effortlessly. To actively reject that attention because of locker room dynamics or seniority seemed like financial malpractice to many analysts. The veterans who have long complained about pay equity and revenue sharing suddenly found themselves blocking the very person who was raising the salary cap for everyone. The irony was thick and the fans noticed. The realization that hating on Clark was actually hurting their own wallets likely played a massive role in the softened stance we are seeing now. It's also important to look at the Mean Girls narrative that StephenASmith touched upon. This wasn't just about Team USA. It was about a pattern of behavior across the league. From the hard fouls that looked a little too personal to the full-court press defense in meaningless minutes to the dismissive post-game comments from rival players. It all painted a picture of a league that was hostile to its savior. Team USA was supposed to be the space where the best of the best put aside rivalries for the flag. Instead, it felt like the ultimate exclusion, the final act of hazing against the rookie. When SAS called this out, he gave a voice to the casual fans who were watching these games and thinking, why are they treating her like this? It validated the feeling that this was bullying disguised as competition, and that is a PR nightmare for a league trying to grow. The bench drama angle is particularly fascinating because it exposes the fragility of the egos involved. The idea that Hall of Fame players, women with multiple gold medals and championships, would be threatened by a rookie sitting on the bench is startling. It suggests a lack of confidence that contradicts the killer mentality these athletes usually project. If you're the best in the world, why does it matter if the fans want the rookie? The fear that Clark's popularity would overshadow their achievements is a human reaction, but for it to dictate roster construction for the Olympic team is unheard of. It implies that the selection committee was protecting the feelings of the veterans rather than building the most electric team possible. And in doing so, they created a distraction far bigger than Clark ever would have been on the bench. Caitlin Clark's decision to distance herself from the team, essentially quitting the pursuit of their approval, was a masterclass in leverage.by. Stepping back, she allowed the team to succeed or fail on their own merits. Without her as a scapegoat if they won gold, which they did, it was expected. If they struggled, the Caitlin should have been their chance would have been deafening. But by staying in the US, resting and preparing for the second half of the WNBA season, she controlled her own narrative. She didn't let them see her sweat. This refusal to engage in the mudslinging made the aggressive comments from the other side look even more one-sided. She took the high road, and in doing so she forced the veterans to look in the mirror. The role of Diana Taurasi in this cannot be overstated. As the face of the reality is coming comment, she became the villain in the eyes of the Clark stans. But even she has had to adjust. The interactions on the court have become less hostile, the comments more respectful. Is this genuine respect earning, or is it damage control? When you have StephenASmith and the entire ESPN machine hammering home the point that the veterans are looking petty, it becomes a reputation risk. These legends want to be remembered for their game, not for being the ones who tried to gatekeep the greatest asset the league ever found. The shift we are seeing is likely a mix of genuine recognition of Clark's talent because she has proven it on the court and a strategic retreat from a PR battle they were losing badly. There is also a theory circulating that the apology is less about personal regret and more about league survival. The WNBA commissioner and the team owners know where the money is coming from. They see the ticket sales for Indiana Fever games versus everyone else. There is likely immense pressure from the top down to squash this beef. The league cannot afford to have its biggest stars at war with its biggest attraction. The narrative had to change from vets versus Caitlin to passing the torch, even if that pass is reluctant.